As always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. Fanhome building Robocop. In this video, we'll be completing stage 10 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, as with every stage of the build, comes with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for stage 10. Wow, that's a really good shot there of the model. Looking forward to getting this lower first plate with the realistic skin. Okay, that's Ed 209 destroyed. Looking at futuristic buildings for the film. Those are all the components. There's quite a lot of components in with this because we're building the joint that will connect to the wrist. Yeah, it's quite intricate, that is, as you can see. We've done this before with the fingers on the hand. There, so that's what we're going to be putting together. This section here and this, which feeds into the hand, and we'll have a wrist section here as well, which I'm not sure we've got in this. I think we've just got this bit here that goes on to this black part here, and then you can see his hand with the I think it's like with a knife. We're looking at different robots over the years. Oh yeah, Echo Dot. I've got an Echo Dot, but I won't say her name because she will ask me. And it's not Siri. It begins with E. I'm not going to say it because she will start up. Another great picture there. So as always, I like to just make sure that what it says we have here, we have in here. Let's get this open. Slider out. Even better if I do open it properly. There we go. Nice and secure in the blisters. There we go. So, first thing we've got is 10A, upper part of the wrist joint. Then we've got 10B, you have to use the screwdriver to release. And we've got 10B. Whoa. 10B is a wrist joint. Then we've got 10C, which is a joint support. And then we've got two of these. So we've got one bigger than the other. So we've got 10D, which is large friction block, and we've got the small friction block, which is there, and then we've got two packets of screws. Let's get the blister aside. Right, so we've got CP screws, which you already have there. Check. And we've got BP screws, which we already have here. Not to be confused with the BP screws we get in the Build the DeLorean. That's that. Okay. So, we've got our screws, we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. This is going to be a little complicated, so let's follow along together. Just checking which way round it goes. Okay, place wrist joint B, 10B, which is this, and fit it into A, inserting the lower first, which is thinner. So that goes in there. Just wondering if there's a, yeah, that's the way around. So that goes in there. Doesn't look like that's gonna fit. Okay. Then on top of that, we put next place friction block 10D, which is this, the bigger one of the frictions, and that sits on top of there. That. Okay. And then the smaller one of the friction blocks sits on top, and then on top of that goes 10C. So that sits on top of them two. Whoa, that's really slippy. That's yeah. I need to get the screws out, and I need to line them up first. Let's get the screws out. So we need 3 CP screws. So I need to get them out. I need to get them lined up. Get them on a screwdriver. This is going to be really tricky. Really tricky. So, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit that in there, and then we got to send it through there. And we've got to line up the screws. This is going to be really tricky. Let's just see if I can do this. Screw through the hole like that, and tilt it to the light so I can see. So that's sitting over there. If you can see, it's all dark. Let me get first one in. Oops. In there. Need to line it up. Oh, this is tricky. It's really wobbly. Let's just see if we can get that screw back in. Like that. And then set the screw over there. Like that. There, I think I've got it there. Like that. Get some of it in like that. Let's make sure that's held in place. It is. So we'll get the next screw, fit it through the hole. It's really difficult to see because everything's black. And then we got to, that's right in the spot where it's supposed to be. See if I can just, oops, nope. Just going to loosely put that one in and get the last screw in place. You may not be able to see what I'm doing because it's very dark. Let's just feed the screw through the hole and then get it over like that. Right there. Okay. Let me just tighten these screws in now. Tighten this one in. And then the last one. I have to loosen it a little bit, because I think it's supposed to move. I think it's supposed to move around in there, so probably tighten them too tight. Yeah, that's still very tight. We just loosen that. Just loosen them up a bit, not too much because I don't want them to fly off again. So I'm just going to loosen them up a bit so that, yeah, so it moves like that. That's it. And then this goes in here like that. Just checking if the flat bit goes at the back, which it does. That flat bit there goes at the back. And then we've got to use 3 BP screws. So I'm sorry if you can't see everything that I'm doing, but screws are black, everything's black. It's just very difficult. I'm having to kind of tilt it to the light so I can see. So we're putting 3 screws in. Let's see if we could see. Yep, see there's one there. Oops. I have to tilt it to the light so that I can see. I think it's going in. Just move that. Just get it tightened a bit. Like that. Okay. Get the second one in. Which is there. Just tilt it to the light. There. I won't tighten it all the way. Tighten it enough so it holds. And then the final screw. Which goes in there. It's very difficult to see. See if this is a better screwdriver. Yes. I can feel it going in, I just can't see it going in. Oops. This one. Let's tighten. Tighten this screw. And the final one, which is there. I need to move that ball joint out of the way. I can feel it going in, but I can't see it because it's too dark. Nearly. That's it. You will be there. There's one screw there, and one there. And to make sure that that ball joint does move there. And that Look at that. Look at that. Let me just pull back a little bit. Look at that. See the elbow? And then the wrist goes on here, I do believe, and I think the hand goes on there. Let's have a look at the schematic. Yeah, the hand goes on this ball joint here, and the wrist will go out like that. That will probably be in issue 11, which is in box 4. I'm just gonna bend that like that, so it just looks a little bit more interesting there. So that completes that build and completes stage 10 of the build. Let's get these screws away. And it also completes box 3 of the build. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.